What's going on, guys? Today I am back with another H.A.T format replay review for you guys. If you're interested in sending in your H.A.T format replays, you can go down to the video description and find all the information on how you can go about sending in those replays. But anyways, here I have another match. We have one of the kings who is going to be on, I believe, H.A.T versus MST Negates, who is going to be on Harpies. So this should be a pretty cool match, so let's get straight into it. Here we see one of the kings win the rock, paper, scissors. Opening hands, we see Artifact Scythe, Artifact Sanctum, Card D, Artifact Sanctum, and Torrential. So not a terrible hand. I guess opening Scythe isn't always the greatest there, but you have double Sanctum and Card, which is nice. MST Negates here has Harpie Lady number 1, Harpie Queen, Hysteric Party, Harpie Queen, and Harpie Chandler. So very monster heavy, no hysteric signs or anything like that. So we will see how that plays out, though I guess the Chandler can put in a lot of work here, so let's see what happens. Here, one of the kings draws a Trap Trick Shrapple Nightmare for turn and goes and sets 4 cards and goes for Card D, uses the effect of Card D, and draws Max C and Ignition. That's really, really good. I wish I could open that good when I played Cat. Anyways, passing it over to MST, who draws a Forbidden Lance, interesting in this deck specifically. And let's see what they do. Here they go Harpie Queen, which can discard itself to add the field spell Hunting Ground. Oh, they're going to activate Hunting Ground, and they might just start popping back row, honestly. They summon Harpie Chandler, Hunting Ground activates, popping the Scythe, which is, kind of unfortunate for them, given they have the Chandler, which usually goes and helps make their Xyz plays. So here, Scythe can summon itself back and activate its effect, locking them out of their extra deck for the turn. They are going to use the Chandler, discarding a copy of Harpie Lady number 1 to summon a Harpie monster from deck. Max C is chained here. Oh, they summon Harpie's Pet Dragon. Really cool. Some builds play this. Personally, I'm not the biggest fan of this card, but it is really nice because it helps you make rank 7s and stuff. It also gives gains 300 attack and defense for each Harpie Lady on the field, so it can get kind of beefy too. It has 2,500 defense and 2,000 attack, so that's kind of cool too. Plus, you get it out of deck. Anyways, one of the kings draws, hopefully, gets another copy of Max C. Sometimes it's like that. Here, MST sets the Forbidden Lance and the party and passes. In end phase, it looks like Sanctum is activated, summoning a copy of Mortal, which is going to use its effect and pop the dragon. One of the kings draws a double Cyclone. Wow, they are seeing all the artifact cards here, seeing, double Sanctum in the opener, and then the Ignition, and now a double Cyclone. That's wild of a hand. And they go to main phase, they activate Ignition to randomly pop a back row, chaining double Cyclone. Here, Lance is activated. Lance is targeting Scythe. Okay, so they're just going to make this a little weaker, which I could see that being a problem, though. If they just overlay these, it might not be the biggest problem here. They say it's good, so they get rid of both back row and set a Moral Attack off the Ignition. They go to battle phase, attack over the Chandler, attack in with Scythe. Main phase 2, they overlay for a copy of Pleiades. Okay, pretty good. And then they set a copy of Sanctum and pass it over. Here, MST Negates gets a copy of Max C, so not the greatest draw for them here, unfortunately. They summon Harpie Queen and use the Hunting Ground, which is going to be able to, pop a back row. Unfortunately, here they do hit a Sanctum. And Sanctum's chained, Max C is chained. Here, a Moral Attack is summoned. MST draws into a Zephyros, and then, let's see what happens. I think, Moral Attack is activated, and, Moral Attack and Sanctum, so, one pops one pops the other, clearing the board, and MST here only has a copy of Zephyros, so very commanding position from one of the kings. Do they have anything else? No. Drawing into a copy of Dionea, summon Dionea, and that's enough for a game 2. Wow, very commanding game 1, but here we will see MST Negates starting this one out. Opening hands, we see Artifact Sanctum, Ignition, DD Crow, Double Cyclone, and Card D. Again, what type of luck are these hands here from one of the kings? That is a absurd hand. It's really good, seeing a hand trap plus a card and, Ignition, Sanctum, Double Cyclone. But this time it is a little different. We see MST here having Hysteric Sign, Breakthrough Skill, Soul Charge, DD Crow, and a copy of Zephyros, so not bad, and they will get to draw for turn. You're getting a copy of Bottomless, very strong. They activate Hysteric Sign, which they're using the first effect that allows them to, when this card's activated, add a Elegant Egotist from deck or graveyard to hand. So that's kind of cool. And they're adding the Egotist, which it basically, if Harpie Lady's on the field, you special summon a Harpie Lady or Harpie Lady Sisters from your hand or deck. So pretty cool card there. Next, they set Bottomless and set the Egotist. Are they going to set anything else? Yep, the Breakthrough Skill and set the Zephyros. And they pass it over. Yeah, very unfortunate, actually, now that I look at it, that they didn't even open a Harpie, so they can't take advantage of, like, an early Egotist play to make an Xyz or something. But anyways, one of the kings here draws a copy of Wiretap, which is pretty good into a lot of back row, though, you know, you have to hope it survives, given, didn't they open... Oh, I thought they opened something else. But no, very solid, I guess. So here they go Ignition to randomly hit a back row, hitting the Breakthrough Skill, chaining the Double Cyclone, hitting the Bottomless, and off the Ignition, they're going to set a Moral Tack, setting a copy of Sanctum, setting the Wiretap, and going for Card D, using the effect, and drawing a Max C and Mind Control. That's insane. So now they have DD Crow, Max C, they have the Wiretap in case this were to be another trap, they have a Sanctum that can probably go for something like a Beagle Tack and then pop this, though the DD Crow will check that, so they have to be careful of that. It'll be interesting to see how they play out of this, and if they get a Hunting Ground or a way to pop this, that could be really dangerous too, because this is just such a strong card, being able to search 3 Harpies in the end phase. Here they draw a Max C, flipping a copy of Zephyros, and attacking in for 16 damage. Here one of the kings draws an Ignition, okay. Sets it and pass. Here MST negates, draws a Hysteric Sign, and just goes to battle phase. On the battle phase, I guess, they're going to go for Ignition to hit the Moral Tack. DD Crow is chained there, so Moral Tack will be set, and the other Moral Tack is banished. And here, more damage is done. Setting the Hysteric Sign this time, maybe trying to bait them into thinking it's a real back row and potentially pop it. But it looks like in their end phase, a copy of Sanctum is going to be activated. Max C is chained there. Summoning a copy of Scythe. How many Moral Tacks have they gone through? Just one, and there's one set. Weird to go for Scythe there. Maybe they're just trying to get it out of deck? I don't really know why you'd go for that and not something else just to even minimally clear this. Not really sure, but here MST drew a copy of Chandler off the Max C. Over to one of the kings who draws a Trap Trick Trapple Nightmare, goes to battle phase and attacks, and main phase 2 sets the Trap Trick Trapple Nightmare and passes it over. Oh, nice. Here MST negates, gets a copy of Harpie's Hunting Ground, which they're going to activate, and then summon Chandler. The effect of Hunting Ground will pop a back row, which is unfortunately the Moral Tack. So Moral Tack will be able to summon back and pop a face-up card, but that gets met with the in-graveyard Breakthrough Skill. Here, Egotist is activated because technically this counts as Harpie Lady while on the field or graveyard, and one of the kings chains Max C. Here, Dancer is summoned. No, Cyber Harpie Lady is summoned. Okay, I guess they made a little mistake there on clicking. And one of the kings draws a copy of Flying Sea. That's pretty good. They take a second to think. They say it's good. Hunting Ground triggers again, popping the Trap Trick Trapple Nightmare. Next, it looks like MST negates, goes for a copy of Lightning Chidori. One of the kings draws Soul Charge off of the summon of this. Then Chidori activates that says if this card's Xyz summon, target one set card your opponent controls, return that target to the bottom of the deck. And then once per turn, you detach a material from this card, target a face-up card your opponent controls, return that target to the top of the deck. So, or did I say, I think the set card, when it's Xyz summon, goes to the bottom of the deck, yeah, and then the detached goes to the top. So they are going to put the Wiretap to the bottom, use the Chidori to put the Scythe on top, which now isn't looking very good because there's not a lot they can do here. So passing it over, they do draw the Scythe. They tribute summon Scythe, so maybe they're planning to go for a Soul Charge play or something. Maybe they're trying to Soul Charge the Moral Tack and go for an Xyz. That's the only thing I could think of why you tribute summon there. Interesting. Oh, they just go battle phase? Why wouldn't you just go battle before? If they were playing around Lance or something, you know, either one was going to lose to a Lance, but okay, I guess they just attack over here. Do some damage, main phase 2, pass. Here, MST negates, gets a copy of Summoner Monk. They activate the Hysteric Sign, adding back the Egotist from grave. Using Zephyros to bounce the field spell. Here, Crow is chained on the Zephyros to banish it. Normal summon Summoner Monk. I guess yep. They use the Monk and discard the Egotist to summon a copy of Chandler. Also, I guess now that I'm thinking about it, why wouldn't you, I know this is mandatory, but you could use, like, before using this, activate this. So when this is summoned, you're able to pop one of these. I guess maybe they're trying to use this effect to summon a Harpie from deck or something, but I feel like potentially with how much life you have left, you might want to just go and pop these, because then on your following turn you have 3 more Harpies. So kind of a weird play here, I guess, but you know, I don't know this whole player's mindset here. Though, yeah, kind of an interesting play there. But anyways, here, on the summon, Flying Sea comes down, preventing them from Xyz summoning. And let's see what happens. Oh, they just pass it over. Here, one of the kings gets a copy of Mermail, and they summon it, use the effect to get a copy of Bottomless to hand. And what are they going to do? They're going to go Mind Control. Oh, are they going to use... I wonder if they're going to use the Summoner Monk effect and discard Soul Charge, but at that rate, what are you going to summon back? Oh, you could go for Dionea, and Dionea can reset the Traptrix Trapple Nightmare here. Though, does that do that much here? I guess it could. That could be kind of cool. You have that for a turn, plus you have Bottomless, because they can always just switch this to attack and crash, and then use this effect again if need be, by discarding the Hunting Ground, and then summon and make an Xyz or something. So that could be a play. That'd be pretty crazy, but you give up the Soul Charge, which I guess here isn't the worst thing. I mean, you do have the ability to Soul Charge back the Moral Attack and make a rank 5 and a rank 4 if not. So I guess you kind of just have to decide which feels better to you. Here, they're thinking. A lot of thinking. They just go to battle phase, and they're not using the Soul Charge, and they're not using the Summoner Monk here. They're just attacking over the Harpie Chandler. Okay. And then, they go main phase 2, so they're keeping the Flying Sea, forcing the opponent to have to crash over it. And they go for Daigusto Emerald. Feels like a bit of a weird play here, because, again, you do have access to the Moral Attack if you didn't go battle phase, or you could go for maybe even something like a Dweller in case they do try to pop this. I mean, I'm pretty sure, didn't they know that the Hunting Ground was in hand? So I'm pretty sure Dweller would stop this because it activates in the end phase if it's in the graveyard, right? But I guess they're going for Emerald, which is, I guess they just want more cards, putting back Crow, Maxi, and Card D, it looked like. Which they are doing. And draws another Card D, so kind of a rough situation here now because they didn't use that Soul Charge. You know, now you have the option, do you go for your Soul Charge or your Card D if you really want to use them on the following turn, though right now MST Negates doesn't really have anything going for them either unless they can pop these, but any Harpie just allows them to pop these and get a ton of advantage. Here they draw a Dancer, that's a really good one here. They activate the Hunting Ground, summon the Dancer, and that pops the Bottomless. This gives it, how much? 200 attack and defense, so that would be right under Bottomless range, so very good there. And then they can use Dancer to return itself and resummon itself if they wanted. Or what, right? Can't they? You can target one wind monster you control, return it to the hand, then you can normal summon one wind monster. You can only use the effect once per turn, this card. Okay. So instead of resummoning it, I guess if they're using the Soul Charge, they're just going to summon some Harpies back anyways and be able to pop their own Hysteric Sign here. So I guess it didn't really matter. Here they're going for Chandler, Cyber Harpie, and another Chandler. Oh, so they might just be using this to discard for this type effect here. So that's a pretty good play there. Here the Hunting Ground is going to pop one of the Hysteric Signs. They're going to use Chandler, discarding to summon, Pet Dragon. Does this have to summon? Oh, I guess they use Soul Charge. I was thinking, because if they could just summon this and attack, this has a lot of attack now and can just go for game. They go to end phase, And in the end phase, they're going to use the Hysteric sign, adding Chandler, Queen, and Dancer. And pass it over. One of the kings draws another Flying Sea. So here, they have the Soul Charge, so now might be the best time to go for the Moral Tack if need be. They only have 2 engraved, so the Daigusto Emerald isn't doing too much here. I don't know why they didn't get rid of this Flying Sea yet. I guess they wanted more setup. Oh, and I guess they couldn't go to battle phase because they did use the Soul Charge last time. So I guess there's that too, but if they don't do something, next turn they just switch everything to attack. Only 4,800 life. So, oh, they went for Cardi? That doesn't feel right. Okay. The interesting play. Here they draw a Beagle Tech and a Breakthrough. MST negates draws a Full House. Yes, switching everything to attack, like I said. And they just attack in, right? Yeah, because this is pretty big. Gains 300 for each Harpie lady on the field, so 3, 6, 9. Oh wait, this should be even bigger, no? Doesn't Wing Beast? Oh no, this is Dragon. So yeah, either way, attacking over, and then this should just be enough to clean it up, I'd assume. Yeah, which it is. Okay, interesting that they went for that. It looks like they were talking a little here about some of the plays they did and how it was interesting too. It looks like it says other play would have been better. I keep forgetting I can crash Flying Sea. Oh, okay. So that kind of explains why the Flying Sea wasn't crashed earlier. But here we go into game 3. One of the kings is starting. Opening hands, we see Breakthrough Skill, Call the Haunted, Moral Tack, Flying Sea, and Moral Tack. Ooh, that's not the greatest hand, especially given the other 2 hands they open this match. And on the other side, we see Hysteric Party, Full House, Tempest, Breakthrough Skill, and Summoner Monk. So also not the greatest hand. This one should be interesting. Drawing for turn here, they see a copy of Double Cyclone. Okay, instantly that's a little better because at bare minimum, they can use the Double Cyclone, pop a Moral Tack, and then when that leaves, you can call the Haunted back, plus you have the Flying Sea. That's all right. Here we see them set double Moral Tack, the Double Cyclone, and the Breakthrough Skill. Oh, and the Call the Haunted and pass. Here MST negates, gets a copy of Soul Charge. That's pretty good. Summon the Summoner Monk. They say it's good. Discard the Soul Charge. Here Breakthrough Skill's activated. Setting now Full House, Breakthrough Skill, and Hysteric Party. In the end phase, Double Cyclone's activated, popping the Moral Tack and the Full House. Moral Tack is summoned back. Effective Moral Tack, pop the Summoner Monk. Oh, Cardi, there we go. Cardi is summoned, but that gets met with Breakthrough. Oh, we have a game on our hands. Attacking in with both. And over to MST negates, who gets a Wiretap, which could be pretty relevant given, there is this Call the Haunted here. Setting that, passing, one of the kings draws a copy of Duality, swings in for some damage. Not using the Duality until main phase 2, I guess is fine, in case, your opponent clears here. It looked like Scythe, Triple Nightmare, and Mermail, so adding Mermail to hand. Here they summon Mermail in main phase 2. Would have been bad if there was a Torrential, though. I guess you still have the Call the Haunted, and there was no way to know your opponent here had the Wiretap, though. Adding Bottomless, and set Bottomless, pass. Here, MST draws a copy of Warning, and that might just be game. Yep, it is. I was going to say, did they not even have... Yeah, they couldn't even summon the Tempest. They just saw no Harpies that game. Very unfortunate. But anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Pretty wild match, honestly. So yeah, if you did, please leave a like on this video, comment any questions or videos you want to see in the future. Subscribe to the channel, hit the bell to get notified anytime I put a new video out, share this video with your friends, and don't forget to go down to the video description to find out how you can send in your hat format replays. But anyways, guys, I will see you in the next video.